Hello, and welcome back to Blue Collar Watches. This is just going to be a relatively quick video on AliExpress watch brands that I personally recommend. Keep in mind, I did a past video. If one of these watches quit running, I didn't sit here and wind all these watches up. The ones that are ticking simply because I moved them. So if it stops running, it has nothing to do with the quality of the watch. It's just that I didn't wind them up. Anyway, gonna go through a couple brands here real quick that I recommend. This is one of my new favorite brands, Tandorio. As you start getting into these more budget-friendly watch brands, the vast majority of them will have poor lume. It's not going to be exceptional. Everything here is sub $100. I'm going to say, I don't think there's anything here over $70. So these are all pretty budget-friendly. Most of these have an NH35 on them. A couple of them have the home-branded Chinese Tongji. And if you're going with the less expensive home-branded Chinese watches, they should be in the $30 range. But you can pick up these Tandorios for, if you wait and get them on sale, for less than $50. Tandorio, absolutely. Duca, crazy name. I think I paid like 50 bucks for this watch. The lume is semi-decent on this, but it just says luminescent. So no super great lume on this. Addie's Dive. I really love Addie's Dive watches. This actually has an NH35 and has C3. Probably $65, $70. Pretty good. This watch right here, the Barney, this has a seagull movement, so it's a home branded Chinese movement in there. But it's we camp a lot, and when we're camping and I'm setting up the trailer and setting up the campsite, I wear one of my cheaper watches because there's a good chance I'll bang up the crystal or unintentionally bust the watch. This is kind of like when I'm doing yard work, whatever, this is generally the watch that I wear. I think maybe $40 I paid for this. Tactical Frog. NH35, has C3 lume. I want to say $70 price range. This is a really good watch. I'm not real in love with this band, and that's just me personally because I have a big wrist. The band narrows quite a bit, but the watch itself is excellent. Really like this watch. Steel Dive. Pretty much identical to what this Tandorio is, movement-wise, case-wise, but the Steel Dives, this has an illuminated bezel or luminous lume bezel and lume dial. This is all C3. So basically the same as Tandorio, better lume. But you're going to pay for that better lume. This is probably going to be about $20 more. But Steel Dive makes excellent watches. And I had to go back and forth with this. Chris over at Mirroring on Time, and I have to agree with his statement. Pagani Design. As long as they don't have a rotating bezel, they make a fine watch. Excellent movement, excellent case. Usually have pretty decent bands on them. And the Pagani designs that I've had a quality control issue with, they all have rotating bezels. And that's true of any watch. I don't care what brand it is. If you get a watch with a rotating bezel, it may be misaligned. Cadison. Really love Cadison watches. Bang for your buck. You can't beat them. I think I have 3 Cadisons. The lume is pretty decent on them. But again, still more of a budget brand. But well worth it. Benyar. I don't think I would exceed $35, $40 tops. This is a home branded Chinese watch, alloy case, home branded Chinese movement in there. This is a Rolex homage, and I had a lot of issues with this initially because they misadvertised it saying it was stainless steel sapphire. It does not have sapphire. It just has mineral glass, home branded Chinese movement in it. But I think I paid like $35 for this watch, $32, $35. It is a good looking watch. but just know that you're getting a basic watch, nothing of particular great. Polaris. And I remember the last time I had this, oh look, that thing just stopped while he was holding it. I haven't wound it up. I paid $27 for this watch. It's not $27 anymore because I've had this watch about 2 years. But if you're just looking for a beater watch, something you won't get mad about if you break. I think this is probably about $32 now. It's a good looking watch. Again, alloy case, home branded Chinese movement. And I'm kind of blown away by this movement because, it's got day, date, hours. It's a rather complicated, inexpensive movement. But I've had no issues with this watch. Works really well. A lot of these watches, you will get a stainless steel case. You will get a sapphire crystal. And once you start moving, slightly higher. I mean, but I don't think there's anything over, I don't think there's anything over $70 here. Tandorio, Duca, Addis Dive, Bernie, Tactical Frog, Addis Dive, Pagani Design, Cadison, Benyar, and Polaris. I feel that they're all reasonably good watches for a budget price. There's a great deal more brands on AliExpress. These are the ones that I have experience with and feel like are a value. All right, that's it.
Amazing!